The new Mercedes CLA won Car of the Year 2026. That is the headline. But the more interesting story is underneath it, because this is not a facelift. This is a clean sheet electric car on an entirely new platform. And the version on this show floor, the CLA 354 4MATIC, costs 80,760 Swiss francs as spec'd. That is C-class money. And the case it makes at that price is the reason Mercedes built it. One walkaround, everything you need to decide. The Alpine Grey is a 2,000 franc manufacturer option, and it earns the premium. The CLA has grown in every dimension, and the proportions have shifted from compact sedan towards something closer to a coupe. The front light bar connects the headlights through a grille filled with illuminated Mercedes stars. That detail divides opinion. I lean toward confident at night and excessive in daylight. The AMG Line Plus package adds the larger intakes and darker trim around the body. At the rear, a full-width LED bar mirrors the front, with a subtle ducktail above it. The frameless doors look beautiful and introduce wind noise at highway speed. That trait has not changed. The Artico microcut interior in black with red contrast stitching looks more expensive than the name suggests. The sport seats hold without punishing, and the red cross-stitching reads as a deliberate choice. The turbine vents and brushed aluminum trim bring this closer to C-Class territory than any previous CLA. The flat floor means a large open storage bay below the center console, 2 cup holders above, and another compartment under the armrest. Mercedes optioned massage seats on this car for 58 Swiss francs. The MBUX Superscreen runs the new MBOS with AI from Google and Microsoft. Fast, responsive, and zero physical climate controls. Every temperature adjustment goes through the touchscreen. Volkswagen and Polestar have reversed this decision already. Mercedes has not. That is the honest negative here. The wireless charging pad sits between the cup holders, and below it the flat floor opens into a storage area deep enough to lose a handbag in. 4 USB-C ports across the cabin, 2 up front and 2 in the rear, all delivering enough power to keep devices charged on longer trips. Knee room in the rear behind an average driver position is acceptable. The flat floor helps foot placement, but the battery raises the seat base, lifting taller passengers' knees uncomfortably high. Headroom is tight. The panoramic roof helps psychologically, not physically. 2 6-foot adults will fit. They will not volunteer for a second trip. For children, it works. For adults, this is a 4-person car. 405 liters of boot space, around 14.3 cubic feet. The aperture is narrower than ideal, and the lip sits higher than expected. The 40-20-40 split adds flexibility. At the front, this is the first Mercedes with a frunk in 90 years. 101 liters. Enough for a charging cable and a small bag, and the largest in this segment. The part most reviewers move past too quickly is under the rear motor. This CLA has a 2-speed gearbox on the rear axle, not for drama, for efficiency. First gear handles city driving and launches. Second gear drops motor speed at highway pace in a way single-speed EVs cannot. The Porsche Taycan uses the same concept for performance. Mercedes uses it to stretch range. 349 horsepower from 2 synchronous motors, 515 Nm across both axles. 0 to 100 in 4.9 seconds, around 4.8 seconds to 60 miles per hour. The front motor uses a disconnect clutch, decoupling entirely when all-wheel drive is not needed. No drag, no efficiency penalty. Most rivals use a cheaper asynchronous front motor and accept the losses. Mercedes engineered around the problem, and it is why the 350 barely loses range versus the rear drive car. Up to 771 kilometers WLTP, around 479 miles. The 85 kilowatt-hour battery charges at up to 320 kilowatts, 10 to 80% in 22 minutes. One caveat most reviews understate: early production models only fast charge on 800-volt stations. If the nearest charger runs 400 volts without the optional converter, it will not charge. Confirm before you buy. 80,760 Swiss francs as it sits. The BMW i4 M50 asks similar money. The Tesla Model 3 Performance costs less, but neither charges at 320 kilowatts, neither has a 2-speed gearbox stretching range, and neither won Car of the Year. Whether that title and this technology justify the window sticker is your decision, but the engineering underneath this car is harder to dismiss than I expected. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.